guys, this is Annette with Sun to Shine Astrology and Tarot, and welcome to Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And the astrology for this week is it's very interesting. So we are going to be discussing the week of January 3rd through the 10th of 2021. January 6th is such an interesting day that I've actually dedicated an entire video called The Dark Night of America's Soul. It's worth watching because Mars's energy is very profound this week. Mars will start out by being in Aries. It will be in its final degree, which is a critical degree in astrology. And anytime we have a final degree of a planetary energy, there's a culmination, a conclusion, and ending, a pivot point, let's say, an energy. And it just so happens that Mars being in Aries, it's just really, really heavily aspected by some very challenging energy. And that energy will be all week long. But on January 6th, we go from Mars being in Aries energy to Mars being in Taurus energy. Now, Mars in Aries energy is very different from Mars in Taurus energy. Mars in Aries energy is all about the sense of self, what one identifies with, and also how you proceed. You're super determined when you're in Mars and Aries energy. And so therefore, there's a lot of passion, momentum, and determination that goes behind most of your actions that happen when you have Mars in Aries. Mars in Aries energy is very, very forward, right? It's all balls, no glory, man. It's just crazy energy. You don't really second guess yourself when you have Mars and Aries energy because it's very instinctual. It comes from a place deep inside of us where we don't second guess it ever. So, but when it was in retrograde, it was different. We were really hesitating a lot, and we felt like we had a lot of obstacles, and we felt like we couldn't proceed, and it was just frustrating, and most people were super upset by the lack of energy and momentum behind every action that they did want to take, right? There was just always something standing in the way, and it was super frustrating. So after it went forward and after we got out of the retrograde, then it just seemed like there was a lot of residual energy that was still kind of draining our energy. And I don't feel like we had full momentum to be able to take the actions that we wanted to take because of all of these intense squares that we had had. And, these squares were all in Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto energy. And when we hit squares that are in these external energies, it's usually an external energy source that is holding us back. It's usually something that's in our physical realm that prevents us from moving forward. And that is crazy frustrating because it's something outside of our control. As Mars in Aries moves into Mars in Taurus energy on January 6th, it's a different kind of energy. We go from being really external, and we're really forward in energy like this. We're really straightforward about what we want. We don't hold back. We don't usually hesitate. But like when it goes into Taurus energy, we slow down a little bit. We usually think things through. It needs to be really, really stable before we take some action. We really assess things. There's a lot that goes on behind the scenes before we make a move. It's usually something that we've had on our minds for a really long time, and there's a goal involved. And so we do a lot that is not seen before we take action that others can see. And it's because the polarity of Taurus energy is Scorpio energy. And so there's usually some sensitivity behind it or some deep emotions behind it, these actions that we want to take. And we just want to make sure that we're, because we're a little bit fear-based, all is good. But it's being squared this whole week. So to me, we are building up to something pretty intense this week. And it's a very fascinating week if you're not ego-based. And if you're just not out to materialize something that you want to possess, you feel a strong desire to have it. You feel entitled to it. And the reason I say this is because as we shift out of Aries energy and we go into 0 degrees, on January 6th of Taurus energy, we can feel like that. It's kind of like that kid that wants a toy and throws a tantrum, and they think that if they try to manipulate the situation and they make this big scene, that they're going to get what they want, because that's 0 degrees, right? There's no wisdom behind that thought process. It's just, I want it. I'm going to do anything that I can to get it. And that is not always received well if you're on the other side of it. And that is what this energy is going to be like. It's going to be really frustrating for those who want to take action and for those that want to attain a goal. We want to move forward, but we want it right now. We don't realize that there's a process. You've got to build this want or need on a strong foundation. There needs to be order, and there needs to be structure, and there needs to be a process, a proper process. I don't think that that is received well. And I say that because the moon is in Libra. Now, as I said, I made a whole video about this, so we're not going to go deeply into this, but I do want you to know that it's a tough day. And I think for most of us, we're going to be highly sensitive. It's going to be a little bit of a triggering day. So the next big day is January 8th. So Venus enters Capricorn on this day, and Mercury enters Aquarius. With Venus entering into Capricorn, you are going to start to think about what you want to attract into your life in the year 2021. You're going to be looking at those long-range goals. This has to do with your relationships, your partnerships, your bonds, your unions. It has to do with your financial goals. Things you want to attract into your life that can stabilize your situation. More importantly, things that you can build on for a very long time. In your relationships especially, you're going to find that you're going to be looking at your relationships in a cumulative mindset, meaning you're going to look at them and you're going to project what it's going to be like with them moving forward. And so there's going to be a lot of emphasis on what you hope to move forward with in the year 2021. Also in this energy, there's going to be a strong desire for you to have stability, predictability. You want longevity. I mean, you're done with chaos and you're done with upheaval. You really want to get things under control. So Venus, which is in Capricorn, is going to be in a trine with Mars in Taurus on January 8th. And Mars is going to be conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So on the positive side of this energy, what will be the best flow of energy for you to tune into is for you to be looking at things that are very simple, right? Don't set your eye on that impossible goal to attain. Like, let's simplify your goals and your wants and your needs right now. When you focus on just a few things, you can find it a lot easier to materialize those things that you really want. Now, it's going to be a slow, steady pace. If you're experiencing this trine, you're going to be very detail-oriented. You can make really great plans right now that have longevity in mind. And it's just a really positive energy for those of you that have felt a lot of instability in your life. It's what you do when you just sit down and you're like, okay, I don't like the way everything is going. So now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to make a, like a projected goal of like a year or 5 years or this time next year, kind of conversations. Also on January 8th, 2021, Mercury enters Aquarius. Aquarius's energy is super forward thinking. So if you guys want to tap into some beautiful energy, there's a gorgeous sextile between Chiron and Aries and Mercury going into Aquarius energy. This is a great time for you to take a look at what didn't work for you last year and see what you can do to make progression in those areas this year. You're going to start to have some very, very progressive ideas. And these ideas can, once you start brainstorming, you can really have some authentic and fun ideas about how to proceed. I want to point out on this day, 3 energies are in 0 degrees at the same time. We have Venus in Capricorn, 0 degrees. We have Mercury in Aquarius, that's in 0 degrees. And then we have Mars, which is in Taurus, in 0 degrees on January 8th. So this is a good starting point. It's a launch pad. It's a beginning. We're just at the concept. And I really want you guys to take a look at that, because if you get consumed with the fact that you can't proceed, you're not comfortable, you can't get things back to normal, get it through your head. You're not going to get things back to normal. Your normal is not normal anymore. And nor is it going to be the normal a year from now, because energy is evolving. And it will evolve us, and we will adapt, and we will change, because this is the year of change. So what your new normal is going to be is adaptability, flexibility, and change. So be open and ready to receive brand new ideas that can evolve into something fantastic. Now, negative energy, obviously, I made a whole video about it. So this could be a really, really intense week filled with some very, very intense, challenging energy for those of you that are ego-based and for anybody who stands in the path of people who are ego-based. This is people fighting back and forth. They refuse to let go of this goal or want they think they need. They have identified with something that is completely being restructured. What they want is for things to go back to the way that it always was. And they're refusing, absolutely refusing, to come to grips with the fact that what they had identified with was an illusion, because we have Neptune and Pisces. If you feel this energy, you're going to be completely unreasonable when it comes to changing or moving forward in any direction. Like you're done. Like you don't want to restructure. You don't want to adapt. You don't want to make changes that can possibly put any of your long-term plans into place. You just want what you want, and you don't want to talk about the reality of getting what you want. Like what is going to have to go into it for you to get what you want. I also feel like many people are going to become irresponsible and unreliable in energy like this. It could feel like for many people that they're sort of out for themselves right now. They're not willing to work with other people. They have a very unique way of looking at the way things should go, and I don't think a lot of people are going to understand or agree with their unique perspective. And I think to some people it may look like utter chaos. And when you're trying to get somebody on board with a progressive mindset, let's say, you have to meet people at their level to some degree. It's very hard for super intelligent people, let's say people who are genius levels, to really talk to people who aren't as progressive as them. It's going to be really difficult for people to really meet people right now in the middle. I think this is kind of all or nothing energy. I think for people who aren't extremes, for people who aren't processing this properly, for people who aren't adaptable, it's going to look utterly ridiculous. January 6th is going to be a very intense day, which is why I made a whole video about it. And it is because we are going to be moving from 29 degrees, so it's an ending, a culmination, a conclusion, into the beginning of another energy, which is Mars and Taurus energy, 0 degrees. For some, there's that mindset of an enemy. You know, there's me versus the enemy type of mentality. I don't know how to describe it other than that. And it's very, very intense to feel. And I feel like I don't know how you meet in the middle when there's, you know, these extremes out there, and there's like I don't see a lot of mediating energy right now, because even if you're looking at the sun in Capricorn, well, that's just very rigid and just very focused energy. Taurus energy, very rigid, very focused, very, very, very focused, very fixed, right? But we also have, you know, Aquarius energy. They get very focused and fixed on something, and when they get fired up about something. Oh, and it gets better. On January 8th, the day that all this is going on, the moon is in Scorpio. And that's just crazy energy. I mean, very, 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 very intense energy. So I feel like this week is going to just be filled with a lot of volatility and a lot of upheaval and just a lot of stuff that is going to be very difficult and intense to feel. And so I feel like if you really, really want this positive energy that I was talking about, then I suggest that you really pay attention to what you're feeling and where is that feeling. Like, is it with your family? Is it with your friends? Is it with an external source? I mean, really get in touch with your sensitivities, because they're going to help you navigate through this intense energy. I also think keep it simple. Stay grounded. When everybody else is going off and losing control, root yourself into something simple. Something that makes you feel like you have power and control over your circumstances. You know, what I suggest is meditations where you see yourself rooted into the ground, you know, deep into the ground, where you have really, really deep, deep roots that are protecting you, where you have a shield over you that is connected to the Earth's energy. And there's just, you're at harmony with Earth's energy. I mean, I know that sounds really crazy, but it's probably some of the best energy out there to really tune into. Tune into nature sounds. If you do not have the ability to go out into nature, then put it on YouTube and just blast it into your ears, because you are going to be subjected to a lot of external negativity. Guys, hang in there. We can get through this. Anytime you go through big changes, there is a period of time where you have to adapt to something that is unpleasant at first, but it does get better. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world. This is Annette with Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And you guys have chose up pile number 1. And in this deck, this is the World card. And in this version of the World card, because this particular deck has like the polarity represented in the major arcana. And this one shows that you are still working in an area of the mind where you are letting go of something. So this could be a lesson that you've been learning for a very long time. This could be, You're letting go of that want or desire for that thing that you used to identify with. And I also see in this one, it's just you could go on this karmic lesson or this karmic path again if you refuse to accept the reality of the situation. So let's take a look at what this means for you. I'm going to do something a little bit different because we are moving into a new age, and I'm going to try to stick to 20 minutes so that these can be just a little bit easier viewed for all of you. So I'm going to lay them all out, and then we're going to talk about the energies. So it looks like for you, the tea of the week is going to be about relationships, partnerships, bonds, and unions. Right now, this week, January 3rd through the 10th, we are going to have Venus move into Capricorn energy. It's in a trine with Mars, it's in a trine with Uranus, and it's in a square with Chiron and Aries, okay? And let's see here. You have throne, position of authority. This could be a boss, this could be a supervisor, it could be a father, it could be somebody that is like a head of household, somebody that has authority over you. This could also be the courts, rules, laws, regulations that govern you in some way. It also has to do with, it could have to do with, law. So I'm thinking of like court situations where there could be a judge that has a say over something. That's interesting. The connection I got here was making a commitment that is recognized by law. This is also bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Okay. We have weeping willow, family sorrow. I love weeping willows. We have a club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. Could be this authority figure right here that I see. You guys have the soul cards 1, and yeah, this definitely looks like somebody is pushing you to do something that you don't want to do. That could be why you are being faced with this karmic lesson, kind of the ending of it, where you are caught in that place where do you do this again? Or do you stand up for yourself, and do you take a stand and you try things a different way, right? But this is definitely somebody that has, or is trying to have some sort of control over you. Okay, you guys got snake here. And I'm just going to read snake real quick. Okay, guys. So snake here. I'm just going to get in the shot. It says, guardian of the unawakened magic and creative potential. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that it is our creative life force, and it lies dormant at the base of our spine in the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it is well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? Okay. So it looks like you're being challenged to me to reach outside the way that you've always done things, for sure. Ooh, you have purple, and you have purple here, purple here. There's a lot of purple in your reading, so that just stands to reason for me that it has something to do with the elevated mind. You're being aware, you're being kind of woke up in a certain area of your life. You're also, I feel very deeply that you're going to gain some wisdom from this month in particular. But 9 has to do with completions. It's a conclusion. We'll talk a little bit more about that particular energy there. We have the Hunter. So I pulled out some cards that have to do with earth energy, and the reason I did that was because we have a lot of energy in earth. So we have Venus and Capricorn energy. We have Mars and Taurus energy. We have the Sun in Capricorn energy. We still have Pluto sitting in Capricorn, a place where I think you're deeply transforming. So let's go ahead and read about the Hunter. Okay. All right, guys, there you go. Give you a good look at it. I'm just going to read the medicine regarding this card, and it says, don't settle for roadkill. It would be poison. Be careful that you do not become the prey of your desires and fantasies. Remember to not want more than you need, so you're not guided by unbridled ambition. It is okay to come home empty-handed. It says, rely on your own skills to traverse the thick forest you are in to reach your destination. You will need to follow these tracks left behind by spirit to claim your bounty, which is already prepared and being offered to you. Again, you guys got the World card. That totally makes sense to me. All right, you guys got, oh, this is really pretty. Sharing, it says, and I have to bring this up a little closer because it's really small. It says there is giving and receiving and giving. And I'm going to go ahead and just read that really quick for you as well. Okay. See if you could get that in the light. There we go. It says, while solitude is necessary at times, our lives also need to be shared for sustainable and healthy living as well as growth. The true sharing of ourselves does not take anything away from us. It is not about giving all that we have. It does not need to come from a place of fear or lack or bartering mindset. We freely offer what we have from a place of abundant love and a sense of completeness. True receiving is from this state too. Okay. So you're feeling a bit guarded to me. You are guarded, and I think for good reason, to be honest. I think you've kind of been through something. So you have rebirth. This week we're going to have the moon going to go into Scorpio energy, and it's going to play a big role on January 8th. And that is because this January 8th has some very interesting energy, because on that day, all three planets are in 0 degrees, and that would be Mars in Taurus, Mercury in Aquarius, and Venus in Capricorn. And so that's a fresh start, a new beginning, a renewal, it's a concept. It's the birth of something, which is good because I think you need to let go of something so you can usher in this amazing energy. And then you guys have fire. Take responsibility for your power. This one's really great too. There's going to be a lot of energy in fire, firing everybody up. And I just think that we need to be very mindful of how we get fired up, how we get triggered, and who does it. And I have a feeling that somebody really likes to push your buttons and get you all fired up. And I feel like that is a place where you fall prey and you then become the hunted, meaning your energy is consumed by the hunter. And I feel like you lose your power there, because you kind of need all your power for yourself right now, because as you're going through this moment that we have right here, and it looks like there's an intense family situation going on right now that you're super worried about. And I really just think that some of you may be a person that is out there having to be the strength for your family. So don't give your energy to any source right now that isn't your inner circle, because I feel like your family should be the most important thing to you. And there's going to be so much external energy making a lot of ruckus and a lot of noise, and I don't think that you need to let yourself go there. I feel like there could be people in your environment that get really caught up in all the external energy. They talk to you about it, and then that is sort of like an energy shift. And it means when they get fired up, they come to you, they dump it all on you, you absorb it, take it from them, and then you're stuck dealing with the burden of that energy. So be very, very mindful of learning your lesson about stuff like that, and putting up walls against that sort of energy shifting. It's really detrimental to you, and it doesn't serve you in any way. You're going to be highly sensitive. In fact, everybody is going to be highly sensitive because Mars is going to be in Aries, which is in 29 degrees on the 3rd. It's going to be squaring Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn, and also Pluto. And that's going to be going on all week. And then Mars is going to go from 29 degrees in Aries, it's going to go into Taurus energy, and then it's going to become 0 degrees, which those are critical degrees. So be very, very mindful that things are going to be critical for not only you, but everybody. And externally as well. So I would be a little selfish with my energy and think about your world, especially your physical realm, and really focus your energy there. Because I see that, I see you getting wrapped up, and here's what you're trying to do. You're trying to learn. You're trying to learn your lesson at this point. And you're trying to release yourself from doing stuff like this. And it's harmful to you, but it's harmful to others too, because I think you get fired up and then you kind of externalize as well. Just, it doesn't feel really good. I think you are a person who has a big, giant heart. And I think that you need to open yourself up to the softer side of you. You may be the person that people view as like the wall of strength or something, but I'm feeling very much so like it takes a toll on you when people are always expecting you to prop them up. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead. We'll pull out the charms, letters, and see what they have to say. Okay, guys. We're going to do the charms here first. Let's dive deep here. Ooh, okay. All right. Soda. So sodas, I was just thinking a lot about sugar, and I'm thinking about how unhealthy it is, and I'm thinking about all this Capricorn energy wanting us to eat and drink things that come from the earth, healthy foods to help you reach better goals. This looks like, you know what you reminded me of? You reminded me a little bit of a person who kind of eats on the go, doesn't have enough time to like really go and be really, really healthy. And so you like things that are convenient, but that's really not good for you. It says slightly bitter. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, I bet you are, because, you know, when everybody's coming to you, downloading all their crap onto you, that energy feels very oppressive. And so I do think that you find it really hard to see the light in your life when you are constantly being submerged under everybody else's garbage. You know what I'm saying? And again, some more earth energy is being represented for you here. And I do think you need a much more grounded approach. I think you need to look at things simply. I think you need to take a break, slow down. When Mars enters into Taurus, that is a sign that we need to slow down so that we can process at an Aquarian level, meaning that we can make ourselves receptive to new ideas, innovative thinking, unique perspectives, out of the box thinking, and to not let this energy take you away. Okay, You have the camera here. This is social media. So I see you turning to social media. It's kind of like a quick thing that you do, like you scan a lot, or when you're at work, or I don't know, it's like a pastime of yours. I think you need to, again, stop relying so much on external things as like quick sources of information. I think you need to get much more intuitive with this energy. I think you need to ground yourself. I think you need to pay more attention physically to your world and be very, very mindful and present instead of getting so caught up in things quick. You feel very quick. It is making you a slight bit bitter because it's all negative, right? Everything we hear on that kind of level is negative right now. We have this little cat. So again, it's inviting you to be much more cautious. Cats are cautious. They wait for the right time. I see that they concentrate, they focus really good. I want you to just to slow down so you can focus on the right things, especially with this fire energy. Get that under control. Calm it down. You're going to be in a negative headspace this whole week. If you're going to get fired up over every little thing that you hear on social media, on YouTube, on the news, I just hear a lot of noise, like a lot of external noise changing your mindset. You could wake up in a good mood, and by the time you've absorbed the morning news, it's like you're already cranky about it, right? Okay, guys, we have this plane here. Freedom. I see freedom. I see a vacation, a rest, relaxing when I see this plane here. I see vacation spots. I see you. Also, kind of what I see too is like planning for a vacation. It's going to be a great time for you to plan for a vacation and make sure that it's somewhere that's out in nature, somewhere that's not like, I don't know, a downtown hot spot. Obviously, we wouldn't do that right now, but I'm just saying somewhere remote, somewhere where you can lay back and kind of forget the troubles of the world. You definitely need it right now because your lifestyle, this quick lifestyle, is really consequential to you, and you're not getting the most out of that energy. Okay, guys, let's take a look at this part. All right. I like this format. Obviously, when I do personal readings, I would never do it this way, but okay, let's take a look here. I immediately saw, so Venus going into Capricorn energy makes us really goal-oriented, and I'm seeing Tesla. I'm hearing something about Tesla stocks. I'm hearing something about an innovation with Tesla. It's going to be very profitable. It's weird. And I see, like investing in Tesla. I also see, sorry, it's coming at me. It's just insane right now. Hold on. Okay, something's going to go on in the Dakotas. Like North and South Dakota. Yeah, I feel like something is up and coming with Tesla, and I also feel like something is going to go down in the Dakotas. Very weird. And it's going to be jarring. I see here jarring. Yeah, I hear something like jarring, like it's going to be jarring what goes down. It's either going to be something jarring with Tesla and Tesla stocks. That could be good or bad. So that could be, woohoo! It was a new innovation that just suddenly made the these stocks spike, or it could be very upsetting for people who've invested in Tesla. I'm also seeing, or it could be something having to do with what's going on in the Dakotas, but it's going to be jarring. It's not going to be good. It doesn't look like it anyway. Again, oh, I don't see, because we don't have a U, so we can't even use the Q. Let's see, do I have anything else? I don't see anything. It'll come to me. I'm going to go ahead and go on to numbers. How we do? Oh, you know what I see too, guys? I see take. I hear take more than you give. That's what I hear. I also see gem. I don't know if that name is for somebody. Okay. Let's look at this. We have 69. It always, that's Cancer energy to me, but you know, because like that. Oh, we have 64, 10. We have 42. We have 21, 3. We have 89. Well, an 8 and a 9, if we're looking for the 9, just an 8 and a 9 could mean in order for success to happen, you have to change and complete something, complete the cycle, end it, start moving forward in a different direction. And that would be the 3 as well. I also think that you guys need to communicate about something. I'm hearing 3, and it's like communicate about something other than intense drama. Like start communicating about problem solving. Brainstorming would be a great thing to communicate about. Coming up with a new idea, talking with friends, socializing, even if you have to do it through social media or some kind of technology. I think you will love the new ideas and the new information that comes in from that, because you have your 10 here. And it's also laying a new foundation in your friendships, your bonds, your partnerships, and your unions, because you also have a 6 and a 9 here, which again is concluding, completing some sort of relationship issue, moving on with new goals, new types of relationships. I'm thinking of stable relationships. I'm thinking of relationships that have good follow through and that you could commit to, I'm hearing as well. And relationships are any relationship that you can count on. I did see love here, however, so that's why I'm thinking relationship, partnership, bond, and union. But I'm also seeing authority figures. So I'm also seeing maybe a new career aspiration, and you meet new people through that, and then that leads you to a much better group of friends. I don't know, like I'm just hearing a lot about friends and networking. Socializing will lead to networking for you, which could bring about some sort of career opportunity. It's something that could be down the line. So this isn't something that would happen instantaneous. I'm feeling, or it could be reconnecting from somebody from the past. I definitely see that. This is going to be a crazy, crazy week. I'm at the very beginning of this video. I have made the astrology portion of this. I have also made a video specifically going over January 6th energy, because it's a very, very messy day. And then in the video that, or part of the video that is right before this, I'm going to go over the 8th, because the 8th has very interesting energy in it. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world. This is Annette with Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead. And you guys, pile number 2, picked the Strength card. And the strength card is the number 8. And 8 stands for success. It stands for achievement and ambition and those things that you want to materialize. It also stands for, in tarot, achievement as far as in you are able to get something under control. So if you look at her, she has this lion completely under her control. This is the beast that lies within, but she has tamed the beast. Now the beast always lies there, and she's very, very well aware of this beast energy that lies within her. But she has chose to confront and to try to constantly maintain some self-discipline. So whenever I see the strength card, I always see self-discipline, self-control. I see a selfless person. I see a person that is compassionate and loving and full of life and vitality and endurance and determination. So I'm going to try something different every week. I'm going to try to keep these about 20 minutes. And some of them may have a lot of cards. They're going to just be a hodgepodge of like whatever I feel like that day. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay them all out, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to discuss them all, and that will save some time. So for you guys are going to be working on happiness, and happiness really coincides with your strength card over there. As this card usually represents a Leo, and Leo is usually the sun and happiness. You also have the Fox's energy, which is shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Ooh, and you got the fox there. So cunning, I see somebody with a shifty mindset. I see curiosity. I see cautious. When I saw that, we have Bow. Bo. You are highly thought of. Oh, why people, they can recognize it. So maybe you are in a position of authority. Maybe some of you are heads of household in leadership roles. Maybe you are the person who leads your relationships in specific directions. I don't know, you're well sought after. People admire your strength and your resilience. You have whale, great worry over nothing. I see the whale's energy as being very, very silent, like strong, but the silent type. Somebody who worries, and all those worries are really, really deeply guarded and shielded from others. You kind of hide those in the deep spots of you. I also see ring. A marriage will take place, either romantic or in business. So for some of you, this also could mean that you're just making a commitment to something. Maybe some of you are talking about, getting serious with somebody that you love. Venus is moving into Capricorn energy. So some of you may be talking about the future or looking at what you want out of relationships, commitments, bonds for the future. It's a really big conversation because, you're all heart and all love, and you're just, really beautiful in this type of energy. And by the way, that this is the super high vibe of this particular card because this comes in a polarity in this particular deck, and so you're in the high vibe of it. Okay, this is Soul Cards 1. Look at you. You are very, very elevated. Like I said, look at you having your fire under control. You are you're very conscious of both elements. So the depth of your emotions plus your passionate side, your action-oriented side, you seem to have a lot of understanding of both realms, which is really, really fortunate. It probably took you a really long time to have that level of discipline and control over elements, over, extremes. I see extremes here, right? You guys have the frog. I love frogs so much. So let's go ahead and read the frog really quick. Okay. It says the frog and the water element are almost inseparable. The frog spends its first months of its life entirely within this healing element, and then emerges to rest on land. But no matter how earthly the frog becomes, its need for cleansing and rejuvenation is regular. Frogs tend to become overworked and undernourished, so it's vital that such sensitive creatures practice self-care. This card serves as a reminder that water helps us cleanse and forgive and release. Time to dive in. Frogs aren't meant to carry a heavy load. Ooh, I'm getting such a strong vibe. It's hard for me not to talk the entire time I do these, but that's okay. 55, you had adventure, and it's blue, calming, more water energy I see. A need for self-soothing I see here. The sweat lodge, that's interesting. Let's go ahead and read about the sweat lodge. So I'm doing an earth-based reading today just because we have Mars in Taurus, which is an earth energy. We have Venus in Capricorn, earth energy. And we have and we have Venus moving into Capricorn energy. Pluto's in Capricorn. So we have a lot of earth energy. So I thought I would see how you guys could stay grounded and in a healthy mindset and slow down a little bit because there's a lot of crazy making energy out there. All right. So it says, life is offering you a second chance. Take it. Since this chance may not come your way again for a while, Mother Earth is calling you into her womb and inviting you to incubate as long as needed for spiritual rebirth. Gift yourself time to be with your darkness, your fears, your pain, your seeds of beautiful potential until you come out on the other side, free, wise, and full of creativity. This is a time to journey inward into the dark and hidden places of your soul to reconnect with the ancient earth wisdom. So I'm definitely seeing that you guys are doing this thing. I see meditation and like self-soothing. I see sound therapy. I see earth sounds. Like I see you really blocking out the noise of the material world that's really super toxic. And I see you guys really trying to focus. You have the whale here. You have the soul card here. You have the frog and you have this. Plus you have 55's energy and this blue energy. So something is changing and you're going to have to adventure outside of some comfort zones. And so you like to do this a little bit more slowly and you like to take deliberate and precise steps. So this is a great time to think things through and slow down. Mars moving into Taurus energy is slowing things down a bit. Okay. And so that way you can actually hear what you are being guided to hear. And it's going to take moments where you just block the whole world out because the world is going to be crazy noisy and super aggressive and it's going to be super angry. Just not a good world right now. We have the unknown, knowing the unknown. It's a really beautiful card. Look at that. And that's gorgeous. Okay, let's take a look at that. That is the Lantern Oracle. It's like almost my favorite oracle. I don't use it enough. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, guys. It is natural and human to feel reluctant and fearful at the beginning of a significant change. Change confronts us with so many unknowns and such overwhelming feelings that challenge us whenever we are unfamiliar with the direction that is being taken. However, to never try something new or cease to continue when things change is to go against life's natural rhythm of continued growth and transformation. You are so much more than the culmination of your fears. You are capable of moving forward despite many uncertainties that you feel. And you have everything it takes to choose the unknown and embrace the change by focusing on what your next step requires. Any and every journey is the result of taking one step into the unknown at a time. God, you guys have I feel like you guys are going to get a big download. I'm not lying. Like, you guys are going to, if you take a time out and you take time in that quiet world, like however you quiet the mind, if it's a bath, if it's a walk in nature, if it's, just putting on headphones and listening to calming music or any music that soothes the mind, if it's right before sleep, if it's during sleep, I feel like you get a deep dive. And that deep dive is going to be very, very good for you because you're going to be sensitive to something that needs to change in your life. Oh, you have rescue in water. It's so crazy. I feel so much like there is something deep, deep, deep down that you need to surface, something you need to become conscious of. And I feel like it's an area that once you face it, and of course you get control over it, which you will, it's going to be a place that's been standing in the way of your happiness. And so it's time to let that go. I'm just feeling it so heavily in your reading. Sometimes I see really strong emotions, sweating them out. I'm sweating out all the dark emotions. Or sometimes when you're taking a shower, when you take a shower, you're the water running off is the negative emotions. Doing visualizations is really helpful. If you're surfacing something that's difficult to process, because you're going to be very sensitive. Mars moving into Taurus energy activates your senses and things you are sensitive about, especially in that Scorpio world. And it says an award, accept your well-earned reward. Well, I definitely think part of your reward is the strength that you attain from enduring and facing something, overcoming it and getting control over it. This feels like something you have to get control over, and you will. No doubt. Something you are going to change is going to suddenly change your circumstances. So let's go ahead and look at your charms for the week. We're not going to do tarot cards this week because I really think we need a squishy. We need a hug because dang, this energy is tough. And right now I just want to do a reading on uplifting your energy, grounding you into something solid, rooting you in some stability in your thoughts and in your mind, and calming you. Because it's too much. It's just too much. We don't need any tarot. Bringing up stuff. You'll have enough come up when you get your downloads for sure. Oh my gosh, you guys got milk. Again, I got this in the first pile. This comes from, of course, an animal, but I'm thinking of stuff that comes from the earth, grown from the earth, in the physical realm, just healthy, good nutrition. Maybe calcium is necessary for you. Maybe for bone health, I'm thinking, and I don't know why I thought that, but I'm just thinking of things that you do, enriched vitamin D. I see vitamin D, enriched vitamin D milk maybe. Might be helpful for some of you that may be lacking some vitamin D, because I see sunshine, the Leo's energy. Maybe it's the winter months where you are, and so you need a good dose of vitamin D. This is an eagle. So this is, again, elevating the mind, looking at everything from a very, very broad perspective. This is looking at things from an eagle's perspective, a bird's eye view, right? So if you calm your mind and you don't get wrapped up in the drama and the outside circumstances, and you only deal with what you can control, you're able to tap into Earth's energy and get these bird's eye perspectives, get some clarity, look above the crap that's going on in the physical realm, and kind of elevate your mind out of all the crap that's down here, that stuff that lowers our energy and kind of just keeps you elevated and focused on something good. Again, you have this little flying abundant bunny. Like, this bunny has a jetpack on it. It's so funny. And I just see abundance and acceptance and flying highs. So again, if you can pull yourself out of whatever the hell is going on in this world, which is going to be toxic as hell, pull yourself up. You're going to get some, this just feels like clarity, new ideas that can actually make your life very fertile and abundant. That's what I see. Also, again, seeing, you have a lot from like a bird's eye view, clarity. I'm seeing, you know, like with the glasses, putting on glasses and like clarifying a situation. You have O here. And I don't know if that's, I love that O. That's very pretty. It's like, oh, that's what I heard. Like, okay. Like an aha moment, I see, because that can happen when Mercury goes into Aquarius. Now, mind you, I think one of the things this may be pointing out, with Mercury going into Aquarius thinking, you are looking at things that are strange and creative and out of the box thinking and super progressive. So if you can pull yourself out of all the stupid crap that's going to try to lower your vibe this week. I see this person not linked to somebody. It looks like it's wanting to be linked. So this may be a point of no contact. I see lost touch. I see alone, like a lone feeling. We have music here. Music is going to be really important to be able to. Music is one of the fastest ways to disconnect your mind and put it in a different place. Meaning, you start to hear a bunch of junk, just put on your favorite song, put on calming music, put on something that. I always think of sound therapy when I see anything like this, especially with how bad this energy is this week. We have strong is beautiful. You are strong. It is attractive when people are strong. And you know what I see? I see you being the one person in that has self-control. So the whole world could be going crazy and you could be like the one under control. And how sexy is that? Like, to be the one that's like a level-headed and, you know, looking at this from a different perspective, and the rational one, and the one that mediates everything. You know what I'm saying? You have the 9 of Cups. That's abundance. We saw the little bunny here. You have the Jack of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. Again, 9 of Pentacles would be slow, steady movements. This is also culminating, having control over your emotions. Remember, I see you might have some like techniques, some special techniques to keep you calm. Oop, I'm going over. Okay, so we have the 7 of Swords. So people are getting away with things. So there's a lot of chaos. So there's a lot of stuff that you don't agree with. Sneaky, conniving, jealousy, all these negative emotions. Don't you get caught up in them. And this right here is judgment. You have to trust your judgments. Doesn't matter what anybody else is doing, like, or not doing. Keep your eye on your own path. That's what I see. Okay, guys. Okay. Let's see if that's anything. Okay, let's see here. What do we have? I'm not sure I have this, but we'll see. Well, I do. I have dozen. A dozen is a 1 and a 2. So maybe it comes down to the individual, how you represent yourself, how people have faith in you. Other people look up to the individual to be able to know how to regulate themselves, because I see the 1 and the 2, but that can also be combined into the 3. And we already talked about the 3 in pile number 1 as being, this is just such a progressive time, and you're going to have to be open to learn new things and to communicate. Isn't it like 1/2 dozen of another, or what is that saying? I can't remember. I wish I could remember that, because like that's what I heard, but all right. Ooh, I see body. And then I see this guy up here. So being in a position, like putting your body into a position where you're grounded, where you're rooted. Sitting on the ground is going to be super great in this energy, because it's going to be easier for you to connect to the root of all your energy, or the root of the issues. You're going to stay grounded that way, I hear. Let me see. I see this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, why don't you guys go for a drive? You know, as sometimes I know that we've been pretty isolated and we've been restricted as far as in, you know, traveling, but sometimes just going for a drive, getting out of the house, getting out of the same old is going to help you guys kind of free up your energy, and it's going to put things into a different perspective too, because you're not seeing the same stuff all the time. I see some. So some people are going to lose their crap. I definitely know that. There's going to be a lot of BS. It's going to be so stupid. I saw Grady. I don't know if anybody knows a Grady, but I don't know why I see like Grady. Like the name Grady. I love that name. Francis, no. Sorry, he's licking himself. Nobody wants to hear that. I saw Ghost. Like ghosts from the past. A lot of things re-emerging. I think if you're diving deep, you're kind of visiting some of those old ghosts that we always like to, you know, just forget. And then let's see. I think that is all I see right now. And let's go ahead and go to the numbers. I just keep seeing the BS. How many people are full of it? I mean, they don't understand. They're not looking at the big picture. You could look at them and be like, oh my gosh, some people are so full of BS, but that's because you're looking at it from an elevated perspective, and they can't meet you where you are, and you can't meet them where they are, because they're looking at it from a very narrow-minded and rigid perspective. Just keep that in mind. If you try to have conversations with people, they may not understand where you're at. And do I even see? I do see. See, be careful. Be careful of who you have conversations with right now. I do see rigid. And that's going to be really, really frustrating for those of you that have the purest of intentions. You might see things in a purified way, in a light way, you know, in an enlightened way. Let's put it that way. All right, guys, we have 58, 12, 43, 64. We got 64 in the last pile. You have 5 and 5. So let's talk about 5, because anytime you guys get a 5 and you have 5 and an 8 represented here, you have 5 here. Let's talk a little bit about this. When you get a 55, to me, It is Spirit really working on how to change things for you. And so a 5 is change. You have to be adaptable, flexible. You have to be curious and open. We are in the year of change, so this is going to be a particularly specific year of change for you, because maybe it's you finally getting control over an area of your life where it used to control you. That's what I see. Really beautiful energy. Like I said, just stay strong and focused on yourself and on your people, in your world. Capricorn energy is all about your circle, your inner circle, your structure, your foundation. What keeps you strong? What keeps you balanced, it looks like. Thank you guys so much for watching. Much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world. Annette with Self-Care Sunday. Every Sunday I put out a video to help you prepare your energy for the week ahead, and we are going to be covering the week of January 3rd through the 10th. You guys have chosen pile number 3, and pile number 3, you guys have chosen the Hierophant. This is the difficult energy of the Hierophant, so this is the polarity. So in this particular deck, this Hierophant has kind of lost their way. They're focusing a little bit too much on recognition and what can be attained in the material realm. And so the only thing that they have faith in, or the only way that they have faith in themselves, is to be recognized by others and to be affirmed by others. To be followed by others. I see a person that doesn't have a proper perspective on a selflessness. It's more about, getting caught up in, like, if you're doing something and you feel accomplished by doing it, so you produce it, or you make it, or you propose it, or something like that. If enough people don't agree with you, I don't know why I said that, then I feel like you don't feel like you can get any satisfaction from it. It's really weird. It's almost like you have to, and it's not, you can't just be affirmed by like one person or a couple people. It's like you have to be affirmed by multiple people. It's really weird. You don't have a good perspective on what the Hierophant's energy is really about. And the Hierophant's energy is really about being a person who's open to communication. So if you're in the polarity of this, then you're not open to receive any sort of communication about whatever this is. So for, like, let's say you're involved in a project and you want some recognition for that project and you want people to follow along with your concept. Let's say you want people just to have blind faith in you because you are you, right? And you're not open to their side of the conversation. It's only all about you in this particular energy. Be mindful of that headspace. That headspace is a negative headspace. And that's difficult for me to say because normally I choose pile 3. But this is not about recognition by the masses. You know, this energy looks very materialistic. It looks like you've been consumed by capitalism and the concepts of the material realm, and you're losing your way in what this moment of faith is supposed to be about, which is about hope. I also see somebody who is like super full of themselves a little bit. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I just mean that you're only looking at things through your perspective. And so it can be very hard for you to get the most out of this energy. So let's see what's going on. Okay, your guys' tea for the week is going to be about wealth. Okay, this is really about money. I mean, you guys are, look, being abundant in the material realm is not about a house. It's not about a car. It's not about that, you know, the things that people look at somebody and say, oh, that's a wealthy person, you know, and it's that materialistic point of view. Sometimes the wealth is accomplishment and it's abundance through a sense of purpose, you know, and it's something that you can have for a very long time. So I'm just going to run through these really quick. It says, broken wishbone, wish will not be granted. Well, not if you're wishing like with this type of energy. It's this dog, protection from a powerful friend. Aw. Yikes. This is bear, danger, especially in money matters. Okay. This is not unsuccessful plans. Dang. Yikes. Okay, you guys got the soul cards energy. Aw, touched by spirit. I always think of a kiss by spirit. Aw, spirit really is trying to get your guys' attention. See, you're losing your way in this endeavor, and if you do, you're going to have a super hard week, I feel. The Hawk's energy. So let's take a look at what this is all about, because you guys have a super intense reading. So if you know her books, The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Guidebook by Kim Krans, you know that she staggers her animals in the top, from the bottom of the totem to the top of the totem is kind of the way I look at it. And this is the second to the highest animal spirit that you can get. And it says, watchful and all-seeing messenger of divinity. The sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eye on you and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself to deliver it. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. Ooh, I'm so feeling this vibe. Like I got it. Because I was like, what's that all about over there? Spiritual career, yeah. 78, and you have pink. So let's keep going because I really am dying to get to the reading. You have middle world. So this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And then I'm going to give you guys a lecture because you need it. Okay. It says, do not try to correct in the earth what needs to be corrected in heavens. The resources to support the change or endeavor you are considering are not readily available to you yet. So it's important to ask for help from the invisible realms, from helpers in the upper world. For now, wait. It says the middle world is a realm of day-to-day reality and the playground of the living. It is the present moment where everything is happening. Yet in the middle world is created by the future and not only the past, and it is a mirror of the invisible realms. When things are right in the middle world, heaven and earth support everything. When they are not right, heaven and earth must be brought into order as well. Okay. You are getting a tongue lashing, my friend. Oh my God. Weeping wound, you are not your wounds. Oh, but we sure feel like it, right? Okay. This is the Lantern Oracle. Hands down, one of my favorite oracles all time. Let's take a look here. Okay, it says, healing happens as our wounds receive sufficient attention, treatment, and expression. Wounds stop bleeding once the pain has been known and released. This needs to occur on an emotional, psychological, physical, and spiritual level. Until then, no scar tissue can begin to form, leaving our wounds exposed to infection. Aw. Yikes, guys. Okay, you guys have all simplified. Yes, I love that energy so much. And that's what Spirit is saying to you. That's your message from Spirit, guys. And you guys have box. Reveal your secret power. Okay, this has to do with this, so I'm gonna read it really quick. It is the Dream Oracle cards. Okay. All right, it says, examine your deeply cherished belief systems about yourself and the world you live in. There is a motto in the 12-step program, you are only as sick as your secrets. Ask yourself if you have buried treasure, memories, beliefs you've been protecting. If you do, then find that trusted friend, coach, therapist to whom you can unearth your secret. Once you unpacked these contents and examine them in the light of day, you will unleash your power and resource that will enable you to live in a more authentic and transparent, out of the box and powerful life. Whew. I got the vaccine and the top of my mouth got a little high-y. So if I'm talking funny, it's because it's still a little bit swollen, but not too bad. I get that from vaccines, it's normal. Okay, let's talk. You are a very determined soul and you are driven, but I think you're being driven by the wrong things. I think that you guys think that the quest that you're on has something to do with the material realm. It has something to do with attaining things on a materialistic level. And I don't think that that is what this journey was about. What this journey was about was unearthing and uncovering something that you need to see, primarily about yourself. The funny thing is when we go on quests and we start out a quest, we started out with a specific mindset. And as you go through that quest and you unearth things, you start to formulate wisdom. And then you start to look at things from a different perspective. Here, I think you're in a very negative headspace. You're comparing yourself to others. You need to be followed. You need to be affirmed by others. There's this constant need to be fed your sense of self through the affirmation of others. And it's like you compare yourself to, I don't know, like maybe somebody in your same career or somebody in your same field or somebody that you admire, like you compare yourself to them and your journeys are different. I mean, the quest may be the same, like you guys may be on the same road, but you may be having two totally different experiences, right? Because each person is just wired a different way and is supposed to be on its own karmic journey. And so you may look at somebody and see them getting what you want or getting the recognition that you want or this feels very like, it feels like you're attention seeking too. Like you're not at peace. And I think it's over this wound, this weeping wound you have here. So I also know that a lot of people will go into things, they'll become workaholics because there's an emptiness or a hole in their life in some way. I'm seeing that for some of you, you guys need to tap into a part of yourself that you don't let yourself do very often. You're very consumed with money and attaining things and building, I just keep hearing a following. That's all I hear is like a following or recognition, or it's some sort of authority figure in your life affirming that you're doing a good job. And so therefore it's all about power and control, but you're not in power in this space. And it's what spirit, the hawk spirit, is trying to tell you, and spirit in general, the sweet little spirit right here, is trying to tell you, can you just simplify things for right now? We do have Mars going into Taurus, so there's no hurry. This is about having faith and hope in the right things, in the right energy. I definitely don't think that that's where your headspace is at. I feel like you've lost your way a bit. I'm not gonna lie. And I feel like that road is a tough journey. Now, you have the Hierophant and you have a spiritual courier here. So for some of you guys, maybe a light worker, maybe some of you are counselors, maybe some of you are healers in some way. You go out there and you do really good things. And so you're really focusing on that. But seven's energy is always about digging a little bit deeper. Why are you on this path? 8. Yes, you may be successful right now, and maybe some of you may be focusing on being successful, but there's a deeper meaning behind this quest that you're on. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you ever go into a video game, or if you're ever playing a video game, and in the video game you start out this quest, and by the time you get to the end of the quest, you get this big prize, but you may have evolved, and you may have gotten skills, and you may have leveled up several times, and I don't know, there may be things that happened along the way that evolved your character. And that's the way that I feel. You're evolving from this person, thank God, or let's flip this around. Some of you are following along with the wrong leaders. Some of you are getting too consumed by this materialistic and physical realms point of view. And that's not you. That you're not being authentic to you. I'm just gonna let's see what your charms have to say. Girl, that's a heavy reading, huh? Protection from a powerful friend, and then your wish will not be granted. Okay, your wish is not going to be granted when you are focusing on the wrong things, when you're not on your guided path, man. If you are going off in the wrong direction, you won't get what you want. You will not. So you need to pull back a little bit and take a look at this from a different perspective. And with Mercury going into Aquarius, this is about thriving in a new way, thriving in the midst of chaos. This is about innovative thinking. This is about change. Oh my God. You guys feel like, to me, with all this energy and this little fox here, he's just a little kung fu fox, This is just, you may talk like you're strong, and you may appear to others like you're strong, and you may be very cunning. You may have a silver tongue even. I bet you're not as grounded, and you're not as happy as you think you are. I feel very much your weepy wound. Ooh, we got another airplane here. I just feel like because I've gotten 2 airplanes, it's something about traveling. There's probably a consequence for traveling, to be quite honest with you. All the people that travel during the holiday season, don't get me going because I'm a healthcare worker. That stuff pisses me off. But I do think that there was a consequence for all the flying. Having said that, I also think that sometimes this is getting away. So this is taking a trip. This is not getting so consumed in your immediate environment. Looking at things from an elevated perspective, I see. In the material realm, because this is a plane, so it's material, the physical realm. Look at it from a different perspective. Raise your consciousness a little bit. Stop being so shallow. This is flowers, so this is abundance. So this is, to me, that feels very nurturing. So for a plant to grow and become abundant and to bloom, you have to nurture it. You have to take care of it. You have to give it the proper type of care in order for it to bloom and be abundant. Aw, little kiss from the universe. See, I just feel like very focused on the outside material realm. Like, you're focused too externally when there's an internal issue going on here. Oh, you have bow and a bow. Oh, the bow is in the last one. Sorry. Pile number 2 had a bow. Tie up loose ends. I hear tying things up. Figure this out. You're searching for your key to your heart and affection. I see here. Ooh, I see. Maybe you guys are just super focused on work in the material realm, money, and you're not thinking about your love life and what your heart needs. And about the whole point of this healing endeavor. I see healing here, especially. Yikes. Yikes, yikes. Okay, guys, let's take a look at your letters. This is a smooth one, man. And this guy, it's probably easy for you to have people follow your lead, right? Because of your silver tongue there. Thanks. Can we have any more E's? Holy crap. Okay. I see Biden. Oh my gosh. So I see left and Biden. I'm feeling like interesting. So maybe some of you are Democrats, maybe some of you left-wing, more liberal-minded, more open. I'm seeing nobody wants it, because January 6th is going to be such a crap show. I made a whole video about it because it's just going to be such an awful day. And then the 8th is just going to be, it's going to be crazy because we're going to be pushed into progression, which obviously that is to the left, whether people want it or not. Like, I don't even want to go there. I hate talking about stuff like that because people get so crazy. You know, don't ever judge anybody until you walk a mile in their shoes, is what I hear. Yeah. I heard girls just want to have fun. You definitely need to have some more fun because you are getting too focused on the material realm, and that's a place where you can lose. Like, if all you're doing is putting all your faith and your hope and your energy into just money and the material realm, that is not a place that place fluctuates. And yes, you can build stability that way, but it's a painful place, because it's a place where there is always going to be lack, because it's not the complete experience. You know, it was talking about, you know, mind, body, spirit. It was talking about, you know, being in touch with everything, the spiritual world, the physical realm, you know, diving super deep into the emotional realm, and also dealing with the present day stuff. So you have to be able to be well-rounded. You can't just zero in on something and focus on it with all your freaking might. Okay. Again, Jet. A trip. I keep seeing a trip. That's all I see. It's like so nutty. Tree. Aw, you guys do need to ground your cute butt in the... You need to get grounded, man. Den. I see Den. Take some time to yourself. Ground your energy and focus on what's really important. And that is stability and longevity. Money, this way, it just comes and goes. This is not long-term, and these goals are... It's kind of like people who get instantaneous recognition, but then that recognition goes away and they don't know how to be themselves without that recognition. I'm hearing like it's... I'm also left-handed, so some of you may be left-handed. Left, I was thinking left. Or you left, literally left, but also left, like you're leaving. It's so weird. Like, I do see that it's like getting out of Dodge, going on a trip. Okay, well, let's go into numbers. Will you look at the bird's eye view, guys? Look at Spirit trying to give you a kiss. Get out of this guy. I hate that guy. That guy's not in a good headspace. Or don't listen to this person who's only focusing on what they can get out of you. That's what I'm hearing too. Okay. I'm hearing 22, which is Spirit in the 2. So this is also 4, so foundation. But also I always look at a double number is 11 and then a 2. Spirit trying to get you to embrace 2. So it's not all about you. It's about others. I'm seeing that. It's also about balance. 2 is balance. This is an extreme going in this is like extremely left or extremely right. Or it could also be like just, you know, extremes. I don't see balance there. So Spirit is trying to tell you to be in balance. You have 28, which is a 10. You have a 3 here, which that's also balancing extremes, finding the middle ground. But 3 is also curiosity and fun and lightheartedness and happy. So that's why I'm seeing, you know, flowers, a bow, dressing up, going out, you know, stop being so caged up and locking yourself in, and take a trip, man. Go have some freaking fun, dude. 4. So you have 4. Again, let's just strip everything back down to the foundation about what is really important, because what you're focusing on is really not that important. Capricorn energy, Venus is going to be in Capricorn, Pluto's in Capricorn, and the Sun is in Capricorn energy. So even though this is a very serious and focused time, and the material realm is going to be super overwhelming, stop, let yourself get caught there. It's, you know, be rational and logical about everything, and God, you need a trip, dude. You need to get the hell out of Dodge. You have been confined. I feel like you've been just, you need to like, just be free and walk into nature in a wide open space. Like I see you in a wide open space, free from confinement, and just rigid thinking. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. I did make a video specifically about January 6th. That is up on YouTube right now. I also went into depth on the astrology side of things at the beginning of this video. Go check it out. I think it's only 18 minutes. But much love to all of you, and just go out there and be the change you guys want to see in the world. Have a lovely week.